Hey everyone, Jim and Tara here.
Hey team, how we doing tonight?
So we are in lovely
Richland.
Wait a minute, no, Richfield, Utah.
Richfield.
Let me just take a quick scan around. So nice apartment building there. It's actually really pretty here.
It's a KOA campground.
Yeah, we're in a KOA. Hey Melissa. My cousin Melissa Powell is watching.
Hey Melissa.
I'm Melissa Lilly, I'm sorry. Old school days. So it's really pretty. It's a nice little spot.
We have a pull-through site. Makes it super easy.
Yeah, I like the pull through. Here we go. Let's see. Really pretty. I'm going to walk over here a little bit. It's just nice and quaint. The spots are really people next to us must have a deluxe. I don't know if anyone's there tonight, but anyway, there we go. There's Jim, and so I'll just wait a minute. I wasn't there yet. So it's really pretty. It's very quiet, except for there's a school. All right, okay. There's a school over there, and in California, schools are not open yet, and there's a full field having soccer games. And they are loud, and no one's wearing any masks.
California kids are going to be stupid because they're not going to get education.
They're stupid. Yeah. All right, so
let's talk about our day and last night a little bit. First of all, what was your what was the best part of your day?
Oh my gosh! So he sprung this on me. I'm really tired, guys. I'm a little slap happy, I think.
What was the best part of your day?
Arriving here. Actually, wait. So going through the mountains today, which I'm sure Jen will talk about, was really, really beautiful. And it wasn't as it would be. So Samantha's on.
The best part of my day was waking up next to you.
Oh,
You're
so stupid.
What was the worst part of your day?
Waking up No, wait.
What was the worst part of your day? Come on. What was the worst part of your day?
No AC again.
The worst part of my day is when you went back to make a sandwich and I couldn't see you. Anyway. We've been stressed today a little bit. We'll talk about it.
Snorted.
So, you know it's a funny one when she snorts. Anyway, okay,
Sam asked how are the mountains.
We made it, and it was great. And
actually, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. Oh wait, that's really pretty. You can see the bluffs or whatever they're called over there. Carrie Johnston is watching. Hi, Carrie.
So last night we went and we Ubered to go get food.
To get a steak.
To get a steak. We're gonna eat at it was something with Skillet in the name.
Yeah, something like Steakhouse Skillet. I don't know what.
The Dirty Skillet or like something like that, right? And so we're gonna go there, and we Uber there, right? So the Uber driver's got to come. It's 20 minutes for the Uber driver to get there, right?
Right.
They're coming from wherever.
And then she gives me a mask lesson once I get in her car.
She did. And then so Tara got a free lesson on how to wear her mask. And then so we get dropped off, and Uber driver leaves. We walk up, and the place is shut, closed, done. So what do? We go to the Mexican restaurant next door. And if you remember correctly, we had Mexican the night before too.
Yeah.
Right? So we're good on Mexican for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fun thing tonight, before we went live, I tried to find food to be delivered to us because I don't want to Uber anywhere. I'm really tired. Yeah. And neither DoorDash nor Uber Eats is available at this.
You may have to make me a sandwich.
We're out of bread, by the way.
So it'll be a wish sandwich when you wish you had bread. Anyway, okay.
So Chatash says hi, Jim, looking all young.
So this morning, we had a great night.
Oh, Sam says, "Wow, does Jim want a new bike?" Because I think I showed off the.
Oh, on the Carrier, yes, Sam. That's in the cards. I'll probably sell the chopper, and then whatever I get for it, I'll use that and buy it. I'll use something Tara can ride on, but. We didn't buy the coach because it had the bike lift on it. It was just
they threw it. Yeah, it was already there, and they threw it in.
It takes a forklift. It was off the coach when we got there because they had to remove it to service the engine, and it takes a forklift to put it back on. It was sitting inside the shop. No one was around. I went over to it and I was like, I wonder how much heavy this is, right? I have a double hernia now, right?
No,
Not really, but I was like, holy cow, right? So anyway, we woke up this morning. We had a good night's sleep, and then kind of did our routine and broke camp, got ready to go, right? Still to the point with Miss Ruby here, you know, she's been sitting for 2-3 years, hasn't been used much at all, and so every time we try something out, you're like, is it gonna work, right? and if not, why, right? So yesterday we had what I thought was a faulty indication on the air, and today that cleared up, so that worked well, right? Because it takes air to run the brakes and everything.
That's pretty. Sorry.
I started her up, and then we have kind of a NASCAR pit crew jury rig to make our generator go. And so I started the generator, and I got in the coach, and I'm waiting for the pressure to come up. It has to come up to about 125 psi, and then all the alarms stop.
What the heck? Don't they know we're recording
That was
here?
awesome, right? So, that was me in high school. Anyway, so I'm sitting in the chair, the captain's chair, by the way, and I look out the mirror, and it looks like there's a brush fire. Literally.
No, we did not have a fire.
We didn't have a fire. Miss Ruby was billowing smoke. An old-timey locomotive going across the prairie. Just smoke pouring out everywhere. And right over our neighbor's campsite. They had a little trailer. His wife and their 2 kids there. I felt really bad, but then I remembered later on in the day we didn't like their kids, so then I was fine with it, right? And so now and remember, if you look last night, there's this running trail behind us, and it's just billowing smoke, like running through,
With their masks
through
on.
the smoke. And so I'm like,
But the mask should save them, right? Isn't that the thing?
yeah. I'm like, isn't this peculiar, right? And so, I'm like, okay, what did I do, right? Because it's obviously my fault, right? And so,
Well, we know it's not mine.
yeah, we couldn't figure it out. And so literally I was like, we got to get out of this campground before they come arrest us because we're in Golden, Colorado, right? It's beautiful. And every look I got was not a friendly one. It wasn't like, hey, let me help you with that. It was like pitchforks, right? So we drive around the campsite because the only way to get out is you got to make a complete loop through the campsite.
Go by every single person.
We're fogging the entire campsite with just billowing smoke. And here's what I thought it was initially. I thought when I first started the coach, it has a switch that you can click on, and it will go to high idle. And what that does is it idles very fast, but it builds air pressure quicker. So I try to be super polite when I'm not fumigating campgrounds and not sit there idling this big diesel engine and disturbing people. And I thought maybe I didn't let the engine up enough when I went to high idle. And so the engine's cold, there's extra fuel going in there, and that's what's smoking, right? So now we're driving through, so we're going to Starbucks, right? And we're still billowing smoke.
Well, so Jim Googled
Yeah,
to find
Right.
Starbucks.
I did.
And then he was supposed to put it in his iPad,
I didn't.
which I don't know where his iPad was taking us, but it wasn't.
not to Starbucks. Not to Starbucks. Tara saved the day with the quick
Pull over now.
right. So we pull over. Right. So we have to go through downtown Golden, right? Smoke billowing still, and I'm like, this is not right. And Tara's like, pull over and shut the coach off. And we thought maybe something would reset. I shut the coach off, and I look, smoke's still billowing out. I'm like, it's the generator, right? I shut the generator off. The EPA helo that was overhead, right, and the task force, they all dispersed the minute I shut the generator off. And so we were like, Well, that's odd, right? So by this time, I had a headache. Right? I was shaking and so stressed, and we're like, let's get Starbucks, because that's what you do, right? Pull into Safeway or whatever it was.
It was Safeway, yeah.
To the Starbucks, and by this time I was just like, I was done.
And our day had only been like
We'd been on the road 3 minutes, right? And so we park in this parking lot, and I just take up everything, right, including half the exit. And Tara's like, "You can't park here," and I was like, "Yes, I can. Are you getting coffee with me or not?" And so we go in and get coffee, right? And
okay. Our first Krabby Day. So we were Krabby Patties today.
It was like that. So then, so after that, the good thing is it was pretty cool all day, except until we got into Utah.
Yeah, well, so no generator means no AC, no plugs to charge anything. I mean, no electrical works.
It's a big deal. So the coach, everything when you're going down the road works off 12 volts. If we have the generator running, we have like 3-zone AC that we can run. It won't run if the generator's not running because they're huge AC units, and we 10 volts in our electrical outlets, right?
Yeah, so we can be charging,
like
iPads, house, laptop, whatever, but
we're
none of that.
Right, without the generator. And so we're like, okay, fine.
But we still had potty.
Yeah, we still had potty, right?
Which is great, which
because
is important.
Our water pump is 12 volts, so it runs off the batteries.
Yeah.
So we can flush and wash our hands and all that. So immediately coming out of Golden, Colorado, you start climbing the mountains, right? And it actually went well.
Yeah, I took some video. I'll post later. It was some really cool video, and I took like 5 billion pictures, so it was really pretty.
Ruby,
Miss Ruby.
Miss Ruby.
If anyone else is here, say hi.
She did awesome. It was, we took our time. When we were going downhill, whatever the curves were posted, I took them 5 to 10 miles an hour slower. And a couple times I was going down the mountain in 3rd gear with the Jake brake on high, and we were on 6%, 7% inclines, and she held her speed like at 40, 45 miles an hour, which is super safe. We just kind of followed the truckers and did what they did. A couple times we were climbing. I was watching her oil and water temperature. I didn't want it to get above about 195. So I would back off. There was one long pull in Utah, we entered the state, and it seems like all we did was climb. At one point, I think we were doing 35 miles an hour up the mountain.
Well, we hit that patch of road work, which was like
crazy.
5 miles per hour.
We had the hazards on.
Mom's watching. Hi, Mom and Dad.
Hey guys. We had the hazards on, and so it went really well. I'm getting more confident driving her now. The first day when I was passing semis, it was super stressful, just because there's not a lot of room between you and the truck when you're passing them on a flat road, right? And one of the things I've learned, and I had read about it too, is when you start out driving something this big, for whatever reason, based on where you sit and how you view the road, you have a tendency to hug the right-hand side of the lane, right? So when I'm going down the road, when I'm in the right lane, I hug the right side of that lane. If I'm in the left lane, if I'm not careful, I'll hug the center line, which is no bueno when you're passing a semi. And so the first couple days, it was just very stressful, and I had the mirror set up, and I'd be looking, because I have to put my left front tire about this far from the left line in the left lane. Now I can do it just by looking at where I am. A lot of hand motion.
He's a hand talker, right? And I can't. Right? I'm trying to follow.
Passing the semi. This is me. This is the semi.
Wait.
Okay, you get the picture. So that was the mountains. They were gorgeous. They were beautiful, but overall, everything worked out really, really well. And like I said, Miss Ruby, she did great. Didn't miss a beat.
fine.
Didn't miss a beat. We, it was a good day from that respect. Once we got into Utah, it was later on the day. The coke started heating up.
It got hot.
The engine's in the back, but really what it is we're heading west, and so the southern exposure is all on the driver's side. Today we had all the blinds down and everything, but it's it's metal, it's stainless steel that all heats up. So we had the blowers going and everything, the fans. Then finally I opened the window.
Oh
so
my God.
Like old-timey days, driving to great grandma's house in Galesburg, right? And then Tara, I was like, hey, open your window, we'll get a cross breeze going. And then it was like, what'd you say? It was just like, I can't hear you. And so the last 3 hours, there was no conversation. We have a what's the speaker?
It's just a
JBL
portable speaker.
Because you can't get radio stations, right?
Yeah.
It's on like full blast, and you can barely hear it. Right?
Yeah.
And the wind's
And
blowing.
we had no signal, so I had to listen to crap that Jim has downloaded to his phone, which is what was connected. And so he has all this heavy metal, awful, awful, awful stuff. Man, I should have just taken my butt back to the bed and gone to sleep.
Could have, right?
Didn't think of it till now.
So that was it. And so then we rolled down the mountains off Utah, and then
Hi, Joan.
are here for the night. And tomorrow's an easy day for us. It's about 4 hours. So the plan tomorrow is, we haven't really talked yet about when we're going to leave and that, but we want to get to Vegas around noon.
Yeah.
And we're going to work tonight or tomorrow on the road to see if we can at least get somebody to look at the generator. Tara's dad, who's a retired Navy Master Chief, was an engineman, worked on engines all his life. Should have brought him with us.
Diesel mechanic.
Right, he was a diesel mechanic. He suggested I look at the water separator, the excess water in the fuel. So we'll do that. And overall, that was kind of it. The other good thing today, as far as things with, and last night I found out.
Hey, Jeanette.
I found out where the hot water switch is for the hot water heater. So just like when one guy blinks.
So it's a good thing we weren't planning on actually showering in the coach this trip, because that would have been a thing.
Yeah, you would have thought we planned better, but
we didn't.
Right. So the other good thing is yesterday when we got to the site, what we noticed was, and this goes back to us just getting into a routine every time. And what we've learned through every time you come to camp, you do everything the same way in the same order. Hook up shore power, hook up water, sewage, get the bus set up, get everything set the way you want it, and then you break it down the same way. And we didn't do it tonight, right?
What?
Is leveling the coach, right? So
Oh yeah, we haven't done that yet.
Our coach does not have jacks that level it. So a lot of coaches and RVs and
The newer ones.
whatnot, the newer ones,
yeah.
they have jacks, these big hydraulic.
Your hands are like, I can't get your hands.
These big hydraulic come down, and they like they'll lift the wheels off the ground, but they level the coach automatically, right? Remember, Ruby's 30 years old. That technology exists for her.
Oh, Jeanette, have fun.
So she has 4 airbags on each corner, right, on her axles, and we can adjust the air pressure to level the coach out on these airbags. And we had done that when we were staying. Was that in Dunlap that we did that, or the other? I don't even know where we were.
What?
It must have been Dunlap. Yeah, in Dunlap, we lowered the rear end down and we raised the front end up. Right?
Oh,
So
because
could
we
level it.
were totally unlevel.
Right, and so stupid mistake, it's on me. I didn't. What that is you fill the bags up all the way and she lifts up a little bit. So when we got to camp last night,
Rich Merkel is watching.
show them the plastic pieces around.
Oh,
the wheel.
so last night I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, we're rubbing. So we spent a whole day driving. Again, rookie mistake. This was down and the whole way.
Finger's black now.
Not quite. But anyway, so today I was like, you fix that.
Yeah, but the good thing is it didn't damage the
Steve
tires.
Foley's watching.
Didn't damage the tires, little
Hi,
cosmetic
Steve.
thing. But
Hi, Rich.
today before we left, and worried that, I was like, I thought I did that. Great. Now the airbags aren't going to work, and they worked fine, right? And so for us, knowing she'd been in storage a while, knowing she was 30 years old, we knew that we would have to do some stuff to her. A good thing so far, the engine is strong and holding up to the point where I'm really not worried about the engine. On a coach,
Rich asked, "Did you follow the EOSS? Question mark?
EOS.
Question mark? Question mark?"
I've
he
also
said-
followed a couple casualty control procedures as well. But the engine's strong, and that's good. The other things that are important for a coach are the generator and the battery. So engine, generator, and batteries. Everything else is,
Well, cosmetic, whatever. Yeah,
it's like
pretty
your house.
much. Yeah.
It's like if a faucet leaks, you can fix that, right? But a generator engine, that's big money, right? So we got the issue with the generator. I think it's something simple, and we'll get that figured out. And then our batteries, I'm not very confident in their ability. I'm not sure how old they are. So eventually...
That was one thing we really didn't pay attention to.
Yeah, so on the to-do list, I think eventually, some point in her future, we'll put new batteries in, just because we'll know when they were replaced.
Yeah.
And, what their service life will be. Because batteries in a coach like this, they last about 4 years. Based on, they charge up, they discharge, they discharge, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of it. Tomorrow, like I said, easy day.
It's going to be a hot day.
Hot day. We'll head to Vegas.
Driving to Vegas.
Head to Vegas, and then...
But my parents' house is at the end of that little jaunt, so we're going to have AC and a bed and a shower.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll pull in it, and then we'll run from from Vegas to San Diego on Friday. Goal is to get there before Friday traffic.
And we want to pick up our pets, which we haven't talked about our pets.
Oh, yeah, so yeah.
We've had some drama there. You want to just fill them in on our doggos and cattos?
We have real quick. We have 5 pets. We have Cooper. We think he's about 13. And all our pets are rescued, right? Including the 2 cats who we rescued from our son.
They were rescued from a barn.
We rescued Connor.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's true.
whole other story, right? So Cooper is a little terrier Chihuahua guy, and he's an old dude. Sleeps, smokes cigarettes, flips you off, and that's Cooper, right?
Yeah, drinks tequila.
Yeah, that's his life. That's what he lives for. Molly is about 6. She's a little multi-poo. She had a stroke about 2 years ago. Her whole left side.
Steve, we're only going to be there for overnight. We're not going to do any Vegas stuff.
Molly's left side is janky, right?
Well, because she had a stroke.
She had a stroke. We thought we were going to have to put her down, and the day I actually was supposed to go to the vet to do it, they called us and they said she's standing. Up until then, she couldn't even stand on her own. We're like, oh my God, now we can't do that, right? And because life's not complicated enough, right? With everything going on, we got Pippa, right? Who's a TJ dog, and from those of you who don't know what a TJ, she was from Tijuana, and so we rescued her. She's a little multi-poo, but I think she's going to be like 30 pounds.
No, she's not. Jim still needs a refill of Jack.
Yeah, I do. And then we have 2 cats, so they're all at the vet. And the whole deal was, while we were on the road trip, they were going to get in Navy terms, they were going to get their midlife upgrade. So when a ship is a certain age, overhaul everything, and then they have a service life, So Cooper, Molly, we're going to get because we're going to clean every year. And Cooper his breath smelled like death. Like every day, remember every day I was coming home, I was like...
Well, we normally do it in February, which is pet, teeth
COVID,
cleaning month, right?
Yeah.
Stupid COVID, yeah.
And so anyway, they anesthetize.
Yeah, they put them out.
They put them out when they clean the teeth. And so they started cleaning Cooper's teeth, and his teeth started falling out, right? And so they had to go in and cut his gums. Bottom line, so he has 42 teeth in a mouth designed for 19.
Yeah, and
he
lost like 10 teeth.
Yeah, she said we don't know if his tongue will be able to stay in now, but like All his teeth are gone.
He can still eat because all the back teeth are there, but all the front teeth, because she said the only thing holding them in place was
His gum.
no, the plaque,
Oh.
and they fell right out. So I mean, yeah. So poor Cooper, he had to get stitches and all kinds of stuff, but. So yeah, he's gonna come back. We're gonna get him, and he's gonna have his little tongue sticking out.
And then the cats, we have one cat who's just kind of super shy. She's a sweet girl, Nala. She's a great cat. She has some body image issues just because she likes.
Well, anyway, these cats have never been in a cage ever, never, not one time ever. Even driving from Virginia to San Diego, they were not in a cage.
Now they are.
Yeah, and they're in a cage, and so we were getting calls like every day. They couldn't get to Nala, so their shots, get a date on that stuff, and then all of them are supposed to get grooming, baths for the cat's bath and toes clipped.
The cats. Tara's like, the cats are getting a bath, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to any groomer?
Toes clipped on Friday, and then all the dogs are going to get groomed and all that stuff on Friday. And so Nala won't let them near her cage. So they kind of had to Xanax her, whatever in pet terms. So
They've been giving her Xanax for like 4 days, and I think today was the day.
yeah, they were gonna try if they could
see if she was like mellow
enough, to do the exam and do the shots.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get a phone call. So I'm assuming
or a summons for a lawsuit.
that they were able to do it. Poor Nala, poor little baby.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the drama. So Friday, we're hoping to get home by Friday and pick up all the pets before they close.
Yeah.
And I can't even, if they can't get Nala out of the cage, I don't know how we're going to get her home. So we'll see.
So the game plan Friday is we'll park the coach out in front of the house. Probably until Sunday. We have to empty it and go through and do some stuff. And then we have a place about 15 minutes from the house where they're going to store it inside. It'll be plugged in. They'll start it twice a month. Every time you drop it off, they wash it. And then when you want to use it, they take it out and they'll fill all the water tanks. It has a sewage dump on site, and they give a military discount. So it was very affordable, super close, super convenient. And I called and it was just like, it was at the right time.
Yeah.
The guy was like, I have a spot that's clearing out. You can have it. Do you want it? I was like, yes. Because she's been stored inside her entire life. So we want to continue that because the sun in San Diego can be pretty harsh. So
yeah, and she's so pretty. We don't want to ruin that, So
that's it for us. That, like I said, it was a good, safe day over the mountains, and that's probably what we're most happy about.
Yeah.
And although we, again, we got to roll with it. We've had a couple of hiccups here and there, but we're safe.
Jill is.
Hey, Jill, how you doing? Everything's safe. We're safe. It was a good trip over the pass today. And then we'll roll into Vegas tomorrow, and hopefully it's a minor thing with the generator. We'll get that taken care of. And then we'll keep cooking until we get to San Diego. And then, I think what we'll do in San Diego is we'll probably maybe do a wrap-up video to just kind of summarize the trip. And, again, what was your favorite part of the day?
Being with you, honey.
Fibber McFibberson.
Wait, no, making you a sandwich.
Yeah. As it should be.
Now everyone knows that we're both full of crap. All right.
With that, we're going to
Hi, friends. This has been... I'm starving. We're going to have to figure out how to get some food because...
we'll check in tomorrow night from Vegas probably.
Because we're out of bread. I can't make any more sandwiches.
From Tara's parents' place. God bless and be safe.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you come on later after the live, just say hello and tell us you were here. Thanks. We're enjoying it. Bye-bye.